Welcome to iRacing. This is the Skip Barber. We're at Suzuka. This is the first season using the new format, so qualified on pole. My aim in this first lap is just to really survive more than anything else. I want to get on top of the inside line onto the first corner. My starts are always pretty poor. I've got I think about a 6/10 fastest lap, so I've got a fair advantage. But again, you know, my starts have always been pretty poor. Okay, here we go. Got to get fast off the line on the green light. It's a decent start. I'm edging across, making my intentions known. Looks like we've got a clear line down here. Keep it tight on this apex. Don't want to run wide and exit. It's not too bad. Car looking at the inside there. Looking at the other side. Just kind of making me nervous going across to the... Just had a little bit of contact there from on the left rear. It's not really a wise place to try to make a pass, but we're in front. That's really the only place I was really in danger. Hopefully I can just maintain. I'll just start to build a gap now, and we need at least a couple of laps just to get a good lead. But yeah, you always get people really trying to be aggressive on that on the opening few turns. You know, it's only 10 laps, but still, you know, it's a 25-minute race, so yeah, it's a tricky corner. So there's plenty of time to be trying to make passes. You really don't need to be that aggressive on lap 1, especially when the leader has more than half a second advantage over the field. But there you go. And you know, I mean, I contribute to that by not being the greatest of starts. Here we go for the Casio triangle, I think it's called. It's a corner that I can never get right. Really should be going full speed across that bump on the apex at the end there, but we struggle there. Trying to keep it tight, not go too wide. Again, good gap. Down to the first couple of corners. Brake at that patch, turn in, try to get onto this curb on the outside, down to third gear, rotate, back on the gas. I should have used a lot more on the exit there. Here it's just about throttle control, trying not to use the brake. This is a tricky corner, trying to avoid going too far to the left there. Now just that sets you up to be more aggressive through the corner. Stay in fourth gear, cut across the corner, didn't get enough of that. Down a second, again cut across the corner, be aggressive on the gas. Still building that gap. Plenty of space behind. So lower split race, so that's really tricky getting in there. really awkward corner for me. I can never quite get this right. It's a low split race, low strength of field. So really it's my my race to lose. As long as I don't do anything stupid, I should win this race. Just ease off, no brake, just be careful of this curb on exit. Just need to keep up some decent pace. Again, really poor for that section. Okay, I'm car number 6, which means that I'm the 6th rated driver. Although my rating's a bit lower than it really should be. Just making sure I turn in nice nearly on these corners. This is the tricky one, trying to get it over to the right without slowing it down too much. And harden the gas. I could be mid corner could be a bit further to the right than I am there. Braking midway. Turn in over that bump there. Second gear. Turn in aggressive on the apex. Not quick enough on the gas there, but there you go. They're coming out in a corner that I really find the hardest, or most dangerous I suppose, which is spoon. Trying to get over that curb when I can, down to 4th gear. Really being gentle around it. It's such a lack of traction, such a lack of grip around there. Yeah, the weather for the week is a little more grippy than or quite a bit more grippy actually than default, but still it's a bit of a handful going on there. It's a long run down to 130R. Just left over that apex, and yeah, again I could have been a bit quicker, but I got such a big gap now. I don't need to take unnecessary risks. I just wish I could figure out how to take that chicane. Should be coming off it with a lot more pace, and that hurts you through the chicane, also hurts you on exit right down the straight. Again, big gap behind. Down to 3rd. Rotate around the apex on the gas. Again, could be a bit more aggressive through there. Temptation is to leave the gas in a little bit too long and end up struggling around the corner. Just gotta keep the speed up. A bit wide there. I'm still working on this hairpin. I'm never satisfied with how I'm doing this. Yeah, I just missed a gear shift there. Again, just carefully around that corner. Should be up on the curving there, in the middle of the corner, but it's such an awkward corner. Okay, no sign of the rest of the field, so again, building up a good gap. Not even driving all that quickly, but just putting consistent laps, or consistently slow laps, but you know, not really, really slow. Let's get across this corner. Still can't get the line right through there. But again, no challenge from behind. Not close enough to the curbing at the back of the corner there. And not across the apex as I should have been. It's a bit bouncy across there. Really trying to trail brake onto that corner. Back on the gas hard. Always get a bit of wheel spin coming out of there. Yeah, trying to keep it tight. So far away from the edge of the track there. Really compromises me trying to rotate around that apex. Again, clear track all the way back. Get it rotate around there. Again, I can't quite get that line. There's a back marker that's spawned just went past him. That is the only concern coming up, is the lap cars. It was a little bit vulnerable to those, depending on where you catch them. It's at this point I'm actually starting to wonder whether I actually switched from qualifying fuel to race fuel. And I can't quite remember if I did. It'd be a bit of a problem if I still in qualifying fuel. We'll have to see later on in the race, one way or the other. Not an awful lot I can do at this point, but just keep going. But I do have quite a bit of a gap, so worst case scenario, I could trade gap for fuel. For a moment, just keep going. Just have to wait for the spotter to tell me if we are running short of fuel. It's this long run down to 130R. Making sure we're as far right as possible. Didn't quite get that turning right at all. You've really got to cut across that corner. Down to first gear. Or second gear, sorry. Again, completely got the line wrong through there. So I can do this a bit better. Get on this curbing. Nope. So I'm starting to combine the two different ways of going through that turn, which is a really bad habit to get into. I've got to do one or the other. Can either go treat it as two separate corners or as one corner, but I'm trying to combine the two approaches at the moment, which is not good. Trick when you're so far leading is to keep yourself focused and keep driving as you normally would do. You know, you start backing off and you start being careful, and that's when you really start running into issues. Just gotta keep driving as you normally would be, and that's a terrible line through there, really struggling. Need to get further back and deeper into that corner, but I can't, just don't trust it right now. And here we are again, running down to 130R. Yeah, that was poor. Got it turning earlier on that. I really struggle to get it turned in early enough. Maybe it's slowing it down more. Just really poor going through there. Well, let's keep it to the back. No, still making a mess of that corner now. Nearly ran too far wide. Turning in too late. Getting a bit ragged now in these laps. Very ragged there. Get it tight on this apex, not bad. Up in the fourth gear. Just need to be a bit tighter than that first. That's just pretty poor again. Still plenty of gap. Left, turn in. Going really wide here. Really start to think about that fuel situation. Turn in. Okay, so now we are, as I thought, we got the wrong fuel amount. So I'm gonna have to start thinking about how I'm gonna manage the fuel for the last 3 laps. Okay, this is gonna be a bit challenging. Okay, let's just ease off the gas where we can. I've got 13-second gap to the second place driver, so I can afford to take it nice and easy around these sections. I think the plan has got to be that I'm going to, around through these sorts of sections, I'm going to go maybe 50 to 75% gas and use less braking at the corners and see if that's going to compensate a little bit. Just rely on the momentum of the car a little bit more, and then just save 100% throttle for the straights. Just gotta make sure that the drivers behind don't start to catch me. But this is going to be a real challenge to get it over the line. To get it over the line at all. I'm not going to stop for refueling. I think I have that ticked off. And I don't have anything enabled to get that back on, even if I wanted to. So I'm going to have to gamble for the win. Because if I run out of fuel before the finish line and I have to stop, then the whole field is going to pass me. So here we go. 30R. Can't afford big off tracks, wandering around off track, burning fuel there. So I've got to get the right line. Get back on full throttle. Although just kind of easing off a little bit there, just again trying to conserve fuel. No idea how much fuel I've got left, but I know he's running out fast. There's no sign of a fuel gauge. First time I've ever had to look for one on the Skippy. Just take it easy on the throttle, 50 to 75% max. And just take it easy. I think the lap after this one should be the last lap. Let's just take it easy. Just tiptoeing around this. Just keep the momentum up, but not. Just put a bit more speed in down here. Yeah, this is accurate as I possibly can. Gotta keep gambling with the throttle a little bit. I don't want to end up being dead slow. Nothing behind me within sight. Let's just easing off. I've got plenty of time, plenty of gap, so let's take it easy. Okay, this should be the second. Oh, completely misread the corner entry there. Got completely confused. Oh, runner. Actually, this is the last lap, and we are out of gas. And just that's the sound of an engine out of fuel. But there you have it. We have crossed the line in first position for the win. Hope you enjoyed that.